Right, okay everyone, it's that time for the latest Stormbringer editions. So, I'm going to get right onto it. We're basically heading through 63, 64, 65 and 66. Which, I'm going to have to double check, but I think this might be the last of the Caradron Overlords, which is this Arcanaut Admiral. Which, as I've probably said in previous videos, I think if I'd not got the premium kit, there wouldn't have been a lot. I'd probably been disappointed with how small the force is, but fortunately the premium kit got me the airship. Right, so let's get ourselves up and running. So right away we have our Stormbringer, our Caradron Overlord, and it's the Arcanaut Admiral. Now I'll have a look at this in a second. It would be nice to think that this had a bit of variety, but I'm pretty certain it's probably just got one weapon loadout options. It's got some nice little kind of artwork though straight away as we move into this. I often say sometimes it annoys me when you've got like a front cover and you've got a model and they're one thing and then the issue seems to be about something totally different. So I'm glad this is about the Caradron Overlords, the actual lore as we first enter this, and some beautiful artwork of some ships flying through. Nice as well that they're in two different colours. This one, the one at the back here, is different colour scheme than this, just to give us a bit more inspiration. Now, let's have a look. So it talks about like the skyports. It even names a few different skyports, which is good. I love how the skyports are called barracks. So if you're an old Hammer player like myself, a barrack is a port in Khazalid in the the Warhammer world. Barrack Var was one of the major dwarven ports. So to have them still be called barracks in the Age of Sigmar is lovely to me. It's just they've become airborne instead of on the docks. Although if like me you play Warhammer 3, the dwarven faction with their airships, you know, it's like they're basically telling us this little story to say when the old world cracked, those guys that escaped on their ships to the realms. That's what I believe. I don't care if it's not true. I believe the dwarves who knew how to fly airships and use runes properly somehow managed to escape. That's how I'm sticking to that story no matter what. Okay, we've also got a bit on the Hedonites of Slaanesh, so our Chaos faction. Again, I like the fact that Slaanesh is imprisoned during the Age of Sigmar. There's just no, the Tyrion, Teclis and Tyrion have caught Slaanesh because Slaanesh loves to eat the souls of Eldar. And again, that's a theme that goes all the way into Warhammer 40k with how the Eldar created Slaanesh. So again, I love those kind of links between the different laws of the different games of Warhammer. Bit of fluff then on specifically on the Arcanaut Admiral. And then what do we have here as well? Obviously our cursory how to build. Cursory, is that the right word? And it does look like it's a single weapon loadout, which is fine to some extent, but I like a bit of variety. So we'll see how that goes. Then of course we've got our how to paint our Arcanaut Admiral. If you are, I think, is it Barak Nar, the actual... Yeah, Barak Nar is the colour scheme that they're encouraging you to use, but obviously feel inclined to do whatever makes you happy with the colour scheme. Right, what else have we got here? So a bit of War Scroll tutorials, and then we've got some order tactics for our is it our Thunder gun haulers? Is that what they're called? No, the gun hauler is the ship. what's it called? I'm trying to remember what that Grundstock Thunder is. That's the one. I was trying to remember the name of the unit we got the other day. And then we've got our kind of linked battles going on now, and actually building those up, which is cool. Right, so let's have a quick look at this model. Now, there's no secret. If it's stunty, I love it. There is no other way to put it. If it's a stunty, I love that stunty. So here is our Arcanaut Admiral, and you know I'm never going to hide from the fact that I adore the Arcanauts. Sometimes I paint models and then sell them on. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that with the Caradron Overlords. And I know for a fact there's no other way to put this. The very second the Old Hammer Dwarven Kingdoms come out, I'm going to be right down to Games Workshop and getting them. So there we go. That's absolutely awesome. So that's issue number 63. It's got a nice little bit of lore in it, and of course we've got our Arcanaut Admiral, who looks, you know, he's a good size. He's, you know, but and you know he's got the kind of bulk that you would want in a Duradin character. But he's not massively oversized, so he will look perfectly fine within the rest of them. I think that's what I really like about Dwarven miniatures as well. Unlike orcs, where they just get bigger and bigger and bigger, the more important they are, dwarves as a rule will have roughly the same body size no matter what, unless of course they're particularly hungry dwarfs. Or in the case of someone like Gotrex, particularly buff dwarfs. But for the most part, what makes a character for a dwarf is how ostentatious their armour is, which is what we've got there. So there we go, that's issue number 63, and next one is coming along in a second. Please like and subscribe.